What is up? It is Allie and Noah back with another episode of our album review series. Um, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you can know whenever we're doing this. And today we have quite an album to talk about. We have the new Machine Gun Kelly album, Tickets to My Downfall, to talk about. Noah, how do you feel about it? I guess, are you hyped to discuss? I know it's a
It
long
was,
album. We have quite a bit to get through.
yeah, we'll try to keep it quick song for song. I will
Yeah.
say it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yes, I will say that up front as well. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, but I will also say this now. It is not a perfect album. We'll say that now. Not a perfect album, but it is much, much better than I thought it would be. And I'm excited to share my thoughts, and I know Noah is too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we can just go since there's so many songs, we can just go back and forth track for track for this, I guess.
All
Do you want
right.
to start, or should I?
Yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
I really like this. I love the fact that other than calling it Tickets to My Downfall, he called it title track.
Yeah. I mean, he's like, you know what this is. This is the title track.
It's one of my favorites on the album though. I love the acoustic little intro, then it just kicks into the full band and the energy behind it. It's great. The chorus is catchy and fast paced.
Hmm.
Travis's drumming is iconic as always.
As
It's
always.
a great song.
Yeah, I agree with you that this title track is just it's a great opener, I think. The chorus reminds me a lot of Blink, and then it has some really great
I
lyrics.
love the lyrics.
Yeah, two of
It's a
them
good
really
song.
stuck out to me where if I were a painter, I'd be a depressionist, and I was like, ooh,
Yes.
wow. Wow. And then the other one was the ones who gas you up only come around when the flame's on. And I was like, damn, that's accurate. Uh,
It's very accurate.
that
That's
was
like one of the
so
first
good.
lines too. He came out heavy.
Hmm. Like I'm really so one thing I really liked about this album, and I'm probably gonna say this again at some point. I really appreciate how uh he has just taken such a full on embrace of just saying, screw it, I'm gonna be 100% honest about literally everything, and just that's it. Is I'm gonna release all of my emotions, all of my insecurities, all of my doubts, everything, and just put it in this. And I really appreciate that. So.
Yeah, I I'm not a big rap fan, but there's a few I listen to, and Machine Gun Kelly has always kind of been one of them because I've always thought his lyrics were great. Like he's a lyricist for the most part,
Hmm.
and that transferred over to this new era of MGK,
Hmm.
and I really like it.
Yeah. Well, you see, I didn't really get into Machine Gun Kelly until okay. So he had his collab with Sleeping with Sirens on Alone, and I think that was
Yeah,
in what,
forever
2015?
ago.
Yeah, it was what feels like eons ago.
Yeah,
And I was really impressed then because I was like, oh, this is really cool seeing two genres that most people would feel are very opposite kind of come together. But then after that, I don't know what it was, but he just kind of fell off for me. Like it just never came back into my radar. But he was always around. And then it wasn't until about a year ago, and I said this on the main podcast before that about a year ago, whenever he did that song with Youngblood and Travis, I was just like, what is this? I love this, and I want to
see,
consume more of this.
I was not a fan of that song, and that's
I,
why this album was a lot better than I thought it would be.
mm-hmm.
Because after hearing that, it's like there's more songs like that on here. I'm not gonna enjoy it that much, but there really
Yeah.
wasn't. This
It was.
album was full of good songs.
Well, I remember hearing in an interview that that song, I'm Not Okay, kind of just sparked him wanting to make a sonic transition into really working towards fusing together hip hop and pop punk together. Um, so yeah, I'm personally glad that there are songs that are not the same as I'm Not Okay on this album, because otherwise I would have felt like he was just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. But you know, you can definitely see the evolution in it from that release to now, and
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Um,
It's funny you say that though, because this next song I literally cannot listen to because it's the same key and it's put up the same way as like it's built the same way as Bloody Valentine. You can sing the lyrics to Bloody Valentine over the lyrics to Kiss Kiss and it will match up perfectly.
you see, I'm gonna be honest, I completely skipped over Kiss Kiss because I was just like, ah, I like was as soon as I listened to it, I will say that Kiss Kiss is probably my least favorite. I gave it like maybe 30
Same.
seconds and was just like, eh. I want to move on. We have a lot to get to. Like I said before we started this was not a perfect album, but there's a lot to
No,
admire about it. And Kiss Kiss is
there
just one of those
is.
things for me where I was like, ah, I'm good. I'm good. I want to move on. So yeah, I don't have any notes because I literally was just like, I don't want to. No, nope. I want something else. So, and that something else was Drunk Face
Oh
for
yeah.
me. Yeah,
I love
moving
this
on.
song.
The do you like that sweet transition into?
I did. That was smooth.
um, but yeah, moving on. That's something else for me was in Drunk Face. I'm still young and scared of my future. It was like, ah, yeah, definitely same. Um, I just really like the energy because I don't know. I felt like it was. I feel like if Kiss Kiss had been removed and Drunk Face was the second track, I would have been happier, personally. Um,
Yeah.
do you have any notes about Drunk Face, Noah? Anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, I thought so. I didn't know if this was gonna be a full pop punk album or if he was gonna throw some like kind of rappy songs on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like this song because I think it's the perfect mix. Because in the verses, he's still kind of singing like it's a pop punk song, but in like kind of a rap flow. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it like mixed the two genres up perfect. Drunk Face is a good example of the genres meshed up as perfect as they can. It's
Mm-hmm.
not too much either way. It's just a good blend of both.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, and I have that same feeling towards another song that we'll get to later. But yeah, I agree. I feel like it was a really strong balance between the two genres. Definitely, for sure. It wasn't my favorite. I will say that it was probably like in my mid five for me, but I did appreciate it for what it was.
I'd say it's in the lower end of my top five.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. But yeah, what song do we have next? Well, wait. We have Bloody Valentine next. Oh goodness. I remember everybody lost their shit when this song came out.
I'm not gonna lie, I hated it at first, and why I
Yeah.
hated it was for no reason at all. It
Why
was one of those
did you
things
hate
where I was like, why is there a rapper coming and trying to make music and like it was one of those fake hates where I was just being bitter, and then when I
it?
quit being dumb and actually listened, I was like, oh okay, I'm down with this.
Okay. You
I'm
saw the
okay with
light,
this.
if you will.
Yeah. It's just I don't know, when your parents always say that turn that shit off, it sucks. Or back in my day, I feel like I'm starting to hit that with something, and I was like, this rapper's trying to make rock music. That doesn't sound good. Why would people listen to that? And then I listened to it and was like, oh, that's why.
Goodness. Yeah, I'm glad you saw the light because I really like this song. It's not my favorite, but from the album, but it's definitely like in my top five. There are 15 tracks, so I'm gonna be referring to everything in increments of five, I think. Just for convenience sake. Yeah, I thought it was a great song. I was really surprised. I don't feel like it's my favorite song of all time, but it definitely for me was a great like taste test of what to expect from this album. Plus, I love a good Megan Fox cameo. I loved her in this music video. I think she's so underrated as an actor, and she's such an icon. So the fact that, you know, this new era was rung in with Megan Fox at the helm. Like I was just so happy. Yeah.
I love the acoustic version of that song too.
Yeah, the
It's
acoustic
so
version
good.
is so great. Like this is one of those songs that, either it's like pizza, hot or cold, it's delicious. And that's
Exactly.
Bloody Valentine. It's, acoustic or, you know, electric, it's just great.
Now
Oh
we get to
god.
talk about the best one on the album, in my
Oh my gosh,
opinion.
this is my favorite song on the album.
It's
Number
so
one.
good.
I
It's
will.
so good.
Oh my god. Halsey on this. Okay, we're gonna talk for a minute about "Forget Me Too" featuring Halsey. Uh, the only notes I have written are my favorite song on this album, Halsey embracing her roots. Um, Cause like Halsey grew up on, like many people our age, on pop punk, on
Oh
Blink,
yeah.
on, Paramore, on Fall Out Boy, on all of these bands.
I
MCR,
love
like she's ah,
I
she
love
was
the videos of her moshing in the Story So Far pits
yeah,
back in the
those are
day.
great. Or her at Emo Night LA. Those are
Yes.
great. Those are so good. Yeah, no, she fit into this song so well. I was so happy to see this like be such a success. I hope that they make a music video. I really hope, fingers crossed. Yeah, it's great. It's my favorite. I cannot say enough about how great this song is.
It is very great.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I'm just like shook.
MGK and Halsey, they just work so well
Yeah.
together. And I
And
think this
there's
was my favorite instrumental on the whole album too.
yeah. And it's just so good too, 'cause like I I don't know. I feel like it's really funny. Okay, so wait. I think it's really funny that I don't really want to bring in like relationship drama into this fucking album review, but I think it's really really funny that whenever all of the diss track stuff was happening between
Yes.
Eminem and MGK and G-Eazy. So I remember G-Eazy like in his diss track to MGK was like uh rapping about like bragging about his then girlfriend Halsey in his MGK diss track, and now MGK has a Halsey in his song, and it's like the most like ultimate Uno reverse card ever. Like I just, it's great.
That is great.
It's so good, and they're like such really good friends. Like and I know whenever the promo for this album was coming out, like Halsey was all over like supporting her friends, and I just yeah, I'm so happy that this track exists now.
I
And
am
I
too.
hope that Halsey does a pop punk album or like
That would be
brings
sweet.
that more into brings that more into her stuff. I know she did it like for one track on Manic. Uh but I hope she does it, more in the future.
I'm here for it.
I'll support it. I would love to see if Haley Williams and Paramore go back to more of their original style, like Riot
Oh,
era style.
I'd be pumped.
I would, and they did, and Halsey was a feature on it. I would be the happiest clam on the planet. Happy as a clam. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, but before we end up talking for an hour about this song, let's move on because
We need to
we
move
still
on.
have so much to get through. There's 10 more tracks to go. So, next we have All I Know featuring Trippy Red. This was the one that that earlier I mentioned. There's another song that I felt like really well balanced. This pop punk and rap together, and I felt like that was really well balanced here. Like you could kind of sense there whenever Trippy Red comes in, you could kind of sense how the music kind of shifts a little bit to more suit his style, but it still worked for me personally. What did you think, Noah?
I enjoyed it. Like I said earlier, I'm not a big rap guy, and Trippy Red's part of that new era rap, so I know nothing about
Mm-hmm.
that. And I actually did not mind it at all. It was a nice chill song coming off of Forget Me Too. You're hype, dancing around. and then you come back and you get this nice chill song, and you can just vibe to.
Yeah, you can just vibe. You just sit down, be like, yes, need a break. This is good. This is good.
Exactly.
Yeah. For me, I think this sits at around like mid tier for me personally. Um, but yeah, what do we have next? We have Lonely next.
Lonely.
You want to start us
I've,
off on this one?
it is so good, but it is so sad.
Yeah. Oh God.
The
It.
story he tells through it is so sad.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, because it's about his dad passing away, right? And I think his aunt. I believe his aunt
I was gonna
also, who
say it's
passed away
about
a
a
couple years
couple.
ago.
It's
Yeah, it's
about a
about a couple
couple
people.
people.
Yeah, it's
It's
about a
just
couple
about
people.
death. He let it all out this album.
Yeah.
All the emotion he's feeling from lots of things are on this album.
Yeah, I confuse. Yeah, it's very evident there. And at the end, like he has the voice recording of his dad talking about, Colson's birth and like how the umbilical
Yeah.
cord was like wrapped up and how complicated that was. And damn, for people who don't know, MGK's dad passed away in early July. And a couple of years prior to that, his aunt Barbara, who he was really close to, passed away as well. So I can only imagine how much pent up sadness he had, and he just laid it all out.
Yeah, very sad, but it is very good.
Yeah, yeah. But then the mood shifts 100% with World War III. Um, it's so short. It's like short and angsty, and it's has such a great intro. It gave me flashbacks of middle school. Like it just gave me an early 2000s feel. And I'm just where you're like walking in the hallways with your music and you're blaring it and you're just like, God, I have to go to class. I hate math. And it's just I wish it was longer, but I felt like it was short probably for a good reason. I don't know. Sometimes that's all you have to
Just
say in less than a minute.
yeah, it's just one of those short, heavy punk songs.
Mhm.
A lot of bigger punk bands like to do those short punk songs. I love like the backup vocals, like the oohs and ohs and stuff and that.
Mhm. Yeah.
I would definitely be down for more of those in the future.
Hell yeah. It's
He
like
doesn't really do it.
concentrated angst. It's amazing.
He doesn't really do it on any other song on this album, and
Yeah.
I'd be down for more of it for sure.
I, yeah, I feel like this song was the most punk out of everything.
Oh yeah.
It was just concentrated, unadulterated angst. And
Mhm.
just, ugh. Ugh, I loved it. Oh God, I loved it. Um, and then after this, we have another. Stop laughing. Don't laugh at me.
That was great.
Um, next we have an interlude. We have like a little break, and it is just full of the power of friendship because it is a cameo featuring Pete Davidson, the one and only.
The
And
one and
Megan Fox is
only.
also in this little. I'm assuming that like they're just like on the phone chatting and they're talking about aliens and what their alien names would be, and it's like really silly. It's like I feel like given the amount of like emotion that we've gone through, especially like you know diving into topics like death and anxiety and depression, like this is like a nice little comedic like relief break situation.
You get a nice giggle.
Yeah, you get a nice chuckle. Um, and yeah, they talk about their alien names, Kevin and Barracuda, and it makes me wonder, like, Megan's also in this, and I'm just wondering what her thoughts were whenever this was being recorded. She's like, God, boys, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. It was really funny. It was really, really funny.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. But then, like, it was a great transition. Speaking of aliens, it was a great transition into the next. This was also released as a single kind of a while ago, Concert for Aliens. I was very happy to see Travis yet again in another music video. I feel like MGK is never gonna do any wrong if he has Travis on a track. Like
It's true.
he's great.
You
Very
don't get that
Blink.
successful not knowing what you're doing.
Yeah. Again, a very Blink sound on this, and again, really great lyrics, including "I know you wanted me to go to law school. I dyed my hair and pierced my nostril."
It
It's wonderful. It's great.
is great.
Yeah. Did
It's
you
so
have?
catchy too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I love the song. It was not, it was probably one of my least favorite singles, so off of this.
Gotcha. I think
But
out of the singles for me, I felt like this was oddly. I remember we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. But this is like oddly the most pop punk one to me. Like even more so than Bloody Valentine, almost. I don't know what it was exactly, but like it just felt more like a genre fit than Bloody Valentine was. I don't know.
I
Did
can
you feel
agree
that
with
way?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that was just me. But I did like Bloody Valentine more, but this one felt like more of like a staple like pop punk song. And I don't know, maybe other bands are gonna cover it at some point in the future. We'll see.
I mean, he could have got some inspiration by Travis's old bandmate Tom for that one.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like it was a missed opportunity to have Tom or like a Tom like dummy to just like or
Right.
Tom like impersonator to show up.
I
Like,
was waiting for something
ugh,
watching
man.
the video.
Yeah, just like come on. That would have been such a great opportunity. Get good old Tom just coming on in and be like, aliens? Yes.
You're speaking my
Like
language.
this is I can chat about this. We can talk. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Missed opportunity there. But that's okay. Um, maybe Angels and Airwaves will cover it or something. We'll find out. That would be so great.
That would be insane.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Next up, moving on from aliens, we have My Ex's Best Friend featuring Black Bear. I love Black Bear so much. I think he is like personally, okay, I don't know if many people know this, but Black Bear was like originally like a very like scene person. Like he was in a band called Polaroid when he was younger, and he is like a if you look at pictures of him, he looks like a scene kid with his hair and the piercings and just everything. And now he makes like emo rap, like hip hop, R&B music that's just amazing. He's like co-written for people. Now he like co-writes for people like Justin Bieber and G-Eazy, and he's just like he's killing it. He's
He
he's great.
is.
He's killing it. And I was really, again, like I said with Halsey, just embracing their roots. Like I was really happy to see Black Bear on a track that was very reminiscent to like, of course the scene, excuse me. Um just like embracing the emo roots that people our age had growing up. um was very I don't know, I was very happy to see it. It's happy to see it. Yeah, and they performed this one live, I say in air quotes,
2020
at
live.
yeah 2020 live, which should just be its own term, for the VMAs this year. And I thought live was great. The live version of this was great. I thought the studio version of this was great. Very happy. Is it my favorite? Probably not. But it's probably the top of my mid tier like picks for
Yeah,
this.
it's about where I put it too.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Did you have any other notes for this song?
No, just I enjoyed a Black Bear feature. I
Mm-hmm.
very much enjoy him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it wasn't my favorite, but I didn't hate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess that's all we can really say about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like this track, please let us know in the comments why. And maybe convince us as to why it should be in our top 5 or top 3 or our top song. Please, I would love to discuss. Um, so next up we have Jawbreaker. I'm not gonna lie, for the next couple of tracks until we make it to the end, I don't really have anything written. Mostly because like this is a very long album. It is 15 tracks. It's only 30, it's 36 minutes, runtime, but like we've had this issue before with the albums we've listened to thus far where like in the second half or the last third, it's kind of hard to keep the attention span going. I don't know if I need to look into getting an Adderall prescription or something, but like it just for me this one just kind of got lost in the shuffle essentially.
I love the intro because the first lyric he sings is Jawbreaker, and so
Mhm.
right as the song starts, you hear him go, "This one's called," and then he starts actually singing the song.
Yeah.
It
I
made
will
me
say that
chuckle a
was
little
cool.
bit.
Yeah, I will say that was cool. The intro was really cool, but yeah, after that I don't really have anything.
This one was kind of like my ex's best friend for me, where it's a good song and I like it, but nothing about it really stuck out to me.
Mhm.
Like it's a jam, I'll listen to it, but like I'm not gonna go out of my way to hear it or play it.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. Yeah. There's nothing else we can really say about this song, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess that gives us time to talk about the next track. We have Nothing Inside featuring I hope I'm saying his name right. I think it's just Ian Dior. But there's two N's, so I don't know. His name is
Ian
Ian
and
Dior.
I love this song though. This is a
Yeah.
banger.
Yeah.
It
This
is a
song
very well put together song.
yeah, I remember I think there's a music video for this song, isn't there? Or am I thinking of something else?
If there is, I did not watch it.
Let me suss really quick, excuse me. 1 second. I could have sworn I saw a music video for this song, and I remember watching it. Wait. Oh no, that was Sick and Tired. So okay, for if you like this collaboration, there you can check out Ian Dior's track "Sick and Tired," which features Machine Gun Kelly and Travis Barker. So I really liked Sick and Tired, and that I liked it a lot, and I wound up enjoying Nothing Inside as well. Um, I think it just also kind of I don't know, falls into the same boat of I like it. If it comes on a playlist, I won't skip it, that's for sure. Um, but I'm not in the like mood as of right now because the way you think about music can change over time. I'm not in the mood right now where I feel like I want to listen to this one over and over again. I
Yeah,
think it's well
exactly.
written. Yeah, I think it's well written, and MGK and Ian work really well together, especially with Travis.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, just for me, I'm good. Yeah.
All right, well we have another interlude next. This one's kind of sadder than the last one.
Oh God. Yeah. This time you get a break of sadness. Um, how do you even pronounce it? Is that banyan tree? I don't know. I don't know.
Banyan. I don't
Banyan,
know.
banyan
That's what
tree.
I'm going with.
If somebody wants to correct us, please do, because I don't want to, be an ass and not pronounce it correctly. But yeah, it's an interlude where the intro is between MGK and Megan Fox, and he starts to sing about memories and trying to make room for other ones, and it's just I don't know. I feel like it might be a nod towards he has this song from 2019 called "Burning Memories." There's a line there that I feel like is kind of nods at that and describes his relationship with his mom. But you know, I think there's a metaphor kind of in this interlude that it takes on a much more positive meaning, and that probably implies his relationship with Megan Fox and how their relationship is helping him heal from you know negative experiences from his youth and his past traumas, and I think it's cool. I think it's a cool little moment where we can peek into a relationship that seems to be healthy. Of course, we're Noah and I do not know the ins and
Just
outs of.
assumptions, yes.
Yeah, yeah, these are just assumptions.
The general
Um,
gist we're
yeah,
getting.
yeah, but I think it's a cool little moment where we can take a peek into MGK's personal, life and his relationships, and he's not really one. I know from what I've noticed, he's not really one to put that kind of stuff just out and about online. I could be wrong, but you know, it's a nice little glimpse into, you know, behind the scenes and stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and then the little bit of musical part at the end was
Hmm.
pretty nice too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's
it was an interlude, so we can move on from it and
yeah,
talk
we can
about
move on.
this
We can
absolute
move on.
sad song.
We can move on and talk about the finale, which like it's so sad, but it's so good. I listened to this song prior to listening to the entire album, and I just started to cry. I just started to cry. It's just he wrote this song for his daughter, and at first you're like, "Oh, that's sweet, that's cool," because he like that was a little fact that he shared. I think like I remember seeing that on his Instagram back in like December or something. And that's like really sweet to know that he wrote a song for his kid, and he has a really close relationship to her. And then you realize what the song is about and the context that like in which like this song is for, and you're just like, "Oh, shit." Um you go first, Noah. I go first.
Well, this song got real emotional for me.
Yeah.
Being a father myself and dealing
Yeah.
with depression, it was just
Hmm.
like the way he was saying he was feeling and what he wanted to do, like, but didn't want her to feel hurt, but like it's okay if she did. It really hit home, and I was just like instantly lost it. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't listen to this song right
I
now,
can't.
but
I'm like
it's
starting
so
to tear
good.
up thinking about it.
I kind of am too.
I'm
It
sorry.
just
Sorry guys, we're like starting to cry on podcast right now. I'm so sorry. Um but yeah, I think one of the line again, great writing on his part. I'm gonna sound like a broken record at the end of this, but in the pre-chorus he has this one line that's "I'm 29, my anxiety's eating me alive," and I was just like, wow. That's
yeah,
I feel
that
like
hit home.
yeah, that's like, and the next one is like, I'm fighting with myself and my sobriety every night. And I was just like, damn, I like feel that so much because that's a struggle that I know I feel like every day. And that's a struggle I know millions of people feel every day. And it's one of those moments where you're just like, shit, I know in those times when I feel that way, I feel so alone. But at the same time, like somebody's writing about it. So like I'm not technically alone in this like mindset. So like maybe there's hope for me. I don't know. It's it's a definitely a letter to his daughter about, so he won't have any, regrets if, his time ever comes, and it's just damn, I wasn't expecting this album to end on such a sad note. Whenever I didn't even know this was the finale. I thought this was like maybe somewhere in the middle whenever I just randomly clicked on it on YouTube. Like I wasn't prepared for this to be it. And it just ends
Yeah,
with him saying over and over again, "And I'll miss you." I was just not prepared. I was
it
not ready.
was way heavier than I thought anything on this album would be. It
Yeah,
came out of nowhere.
came out of nowhere, and I don't know. That's it. I'm I'm gonna go ahead. Before again, like we did earlier, talk about this song for an hour or something. I'm just gonna go ahead and give my score so we can change the subject before we keep talking, or I start crying.
Yeah, I'm
But
trying not to think about it.
trying to think about it because I don't want to cry on the podcast. Um, but I'm gonna give this album. I think for what it was, I think it really shows that, uh, like MGK didn't change his style. He just proved that he is a complex artist with many, many sides to himself. This is just a facet to who he is. And yeah, I think, he, love him or hate him, like he has talent and works hard. Um, like I said earlier, I don't think this album is perfect, as we've discussed. But the things that I loved, I truly loved. So I'm just gonna give this album a 7 out of 10.
That's what I gave it to. The
Yeah.
lyrics alone throughout the whole album are super well done.
Yeah. If I
And
could
then,
give it a 10 just for lyrics alone, I would, but that's not how this works. So,
most of the instrumentals were very on point as well.
hmm.
There was just quite a few spots in the middle there where I just kind of lost attention. It wasn't grabbing my attention.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just ready to. There were points, same, where I was just like, okay, I want to move on because I know that there's gems on here, and I don't want to. I don't want to do this anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say 7 is very fair.
Yeah. Seven's good. So yeah, guys, that is our take by take discussion, review, whatever about Tickets to My Downfall by the Machine Gun Kelly. Hello, this is Editing Alley talking to you from the past. Yeah, the past, because this episode will be out and I'll. Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. So hi. I just wanted to give a short little notice that Noah and I do have our thoughts on the deluxe tracks from Tickets to My Downfall. Please stay tuned. We didn't forget. It's just that when we originally made this episode, those deluxe tracks hadn't come out yet, and then they did. Woohoo. Surprise. And we realized we had to make sure that we tacked this on at the end so that you could have our complete full takes on everything. So stay tuned, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye. Hi guys. We're gonna talk also about the deluxe tracks because those are important as well. So we'll give our final scores at the end of our commentary on the deluxe tracks. Um, do you want to go ahead and start us off, Noah,
I
on Body
sure
Bag?
do. Body Bag, the best one of all the deluxe tracks in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's a jam. I love the instrumental. The drums sound like they're sampled from Dance Dance, Fall Out Boy,
Mm-hmm.
and have the same kind of beat to it.
Well, actually, I think MGK tweeted out thanks Pete Wentz and Patrick Stump for last minute clearance on Body Bag. I think he like used the
Oh,
same.
well, there you
Yeah,
go. I
yeah,
knew that. That's why I said that.
yeah, yeah. He used. I'm pretty sure he used like very similar instrumentals and needed approval from the both of them so that he wouldn't get in any kind of trouble. Which is good. You should always make sure that you have approval from previous artists if you're using something that's theirs or very similar to theirs. Um, because that's just the right thing to do. God, I agree with you. Body Bag was the best out of the deluxe tracks, but you have Burt McCracken from the Used on your track, and you don't use him. What the hell? He was so underutilized in this song. Like, I don't know. Am I like just deaf and couldn't hear him on this song? Like, it, I love
No, I
Youngblood,
agree.
and I love Youngblood, and he fits so well into the song. But you have Burt motherfucking McCracken on your song, and you don't use him. Why? Like you use him, but not to like his full capacity. You know what I mean?
I agree. I definitely think he should have had a verse too, on top of
Yeah,
just doing the chorus.
or at least the bridge.
Yeah, something. They
Yeah,
definitely could have had more Burt.
yeah. I need more Bert. More Bert,
We all know how you
less.
feel about Bert, Allie.
Yeah. Oh wait, shush, wait. I forgot that you remembered that. So for people who don't know, and this is a behind the scenes, I guess story. I one time had a dream that Bert McCracken was my boyfriend, and I'm pretty sure he's married. So I woke up feeling really bad.
That's great.
I, this was like I had done camera work for a web show for Alt Press, and we had interviewed Bert McCracken for that episode. And like the next day or like a couple of days later, I had this weird ass dream that Bert McCracken was my boyfriend. Anyway, so now Noah to this day makes fun of me for sharing for that little factoid that I definitely shared with the staff in confidence. So thanks.
You're welcome.
Anyway, moving on. Do you have any last minute notes about this?
No, that's about it for
Okay,
body
cool.
bag.
Let's move on. Anyway, next up we have Hangover Cure. Uh I don't know. Hangover Cure, all of these the next like 3 songs from the deluxe tracks, like I'm gonna just say up front, they were fine, but I'm like a little bored now. Like I I don't know. That is it. Like I don't have anything to say about Hangover Cure, Split a Pill, or what was the Can't Look Back. See, I can't remember the name because I just I don't know. They're all fine. It's just that like at this point, it's just blah. It's just blah. Like
Kind of the same,
I'm
yeah.
just over it at this point. I don't know, maybe I'm just still really mad about the Bert thing, or like underutilized. But it's just at this point, like I don't know. Again, if you listened to the first half of this episode, you know that I've already said that I think MGK is a great lyricist, and that this album isn't perfect, and that it is like good for what it is. But like I feel like these next 3 tracks are just a little overkill, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think they added something decent to it, but they all, like you were saying, it kind of just blurs. Like we've heard it before, basically.
Mhm. Yeah.
But,
It's
I
just
mean, I love the intro riff in Hangover Cure.
I mean,
That
yeah,
little
that was
riff.
nice.
I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Yeah, that was nice. It was, a cool guitar riff, and it caught my attention for a minute, but then I was just kind of let down by the rest of it. Like,
Yeah, same.
like it piqued my interest, and then I was like, "Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
This is what we're
exactly what it did for me, too.
yeah." I don't know. I would have preferred that maybe these had stayed, I don't know, had stayed in the vault for like another album, or like maybe a singles, or or even like an EP like down the line. But it's just I don't know. I was just bored by this point. That's it. That's all
I
I have to
feel
say.
that.
I literally have no notes for any of these. I listened to them all the way through, but I'm just like over it at this point.
All right, I'll take over then.
Yep.
Split a
Please
pill.
do, because I got nothing.
Split a pill. I thought the verse was catchy and the chorus was pretty catchy, but I was not a fan of that riff.
Mhm.
Like it's basically the same riff throughout the whole song, and it's just it could have been better. That's
Yeah.
that's all I can really say about that song. It's catchy, but yeah. But I like the instrumental to Can't Look Back though, the next one. I
Yeah.
felt it had a Nirvana type feel to it.
Yeah, you think so?
That's the vibe I got from it. And the
I mean,
lyrics were pretty relatable to me, my personal life, a lot of the
mhm.
lyrics.
Yeah.
But I wasn't too sold on it overall.
Yeah. But on the bright side, at least after we get to through these three songs, we get to the two we get to the Misery Business cover and we get to the Bloody Valentine acoustic, which I know you're a huge fan of. The
Oh
Misery
yeah.
Business cover, like quick and short, that's synonymous. I don't know why I said that. Quickly going over the Misery Business cover. I mean, I think, he released this ages ago, eons ago at this point, and I
Before
think
he
he did an
announced the album even.
yeah, before he announced the album. If anything, this probably was like, at least in his mind and his team's mind, like a teaser to what he was going to do for his album. And I think, of course, Travis kills it on
Oh
this
yeah.
song, drum wise.
Always.
Um, I think that, like, I don't know. I think he did an okay job of covering it. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of his vocals. Like, they're not bad. They're just kind of they're not
There's too much
amazing.
auto tune for me in the chorus.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
energy though.
Yeah,
I
the
did
energy's
with
great.
Paramore too. That's the one that I love this song. I might get a lot of hate for this. I'm not a huge Paramore fan. I
Mhm.
don't know what it is. I've never really could get into them, but I've
Mhm.
always loved this song because of the energy behind it.
Mhm.
And MGK did a really good job at bringing that energy to his cover too.
Yeah. I can agree with you on that. On that, I am a huge Paramore fan, personally. But I can agree with you that he did bring the energy that is needed for this song. Um, yeah, the autotune was just a bit much.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But then after this, the Bloody Valentine acoustic version is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know. We talked about this briefly in the earlier parts of this episode, or at least Noah did, where he, talked about how awesome it is versus the original.
Well, when you listen to the lyrics of it, in the actual version, it's fast and upbeat, but the lyrics are kind of sad and depressing. Like, he loves this girl, but she doesn't reciprocate that feeling. Like, I don't want fake love, but I'll take some tonight. I'm prepared to die holding your hand. You put that over like an eerie acoustic setting. Like, it's just like, oh, this song's a whole new song at this point. And I
Hmm.
like it a lot better in the acoustic version than the actual band version.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, cool. Well, I guess now that the deluxe tracks have come out, has your score changed? Like, with how this album is rated for you?
No, I'm gonna leave it the same only because he released the deluxe version less than a week after the album came out.
Mm-hmm.
And normally there's a whole new like album cycle people go through for deluxe versions. Like they tease it forever. You might get one extra single, then a few months later you get the deluxe version. He was just like, "Oh, by the way, here's a deluxe version."
Yeah, it came
Like
out
out of
of nowhere.
nowhere. So, as much as I wasn't a fan of these songs like I was the rest of the album, I'm gonna leave it the same just because that was a really awesome move on his part. He didn't keep anyone waiting. He didn't try to tease it and market a deluxe version like everyone else does. He just was, here you go. Here's a batch of songs that weren't on the album, but I like.
Hmm. I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of debating on changing my score, mostly because of how, like, in my opinion, lackluster Hangover Cure, Split a Pill, and Can't Look Back were to me. I think I am gonna keep it at a 7 because you are right. Like, he's just released it a week ago. Like, I don't know. I admire him just being like, here guys, here's some throwaways that we didn't put on the original, but I think they still deserve some, you know, success, some love. Um, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep it 7 out of 10, even though like a part of me feels like it should drop down to like a 6.5 at this point. But
I
you know,
agree.
whatever. But I guess okay, I'll 7 to 6.5. We're just gonna put it on a gradient, I guess. Yeah. Um,
Alright, then let us know what you guys think.
yeah,
If
please let
if
us
you
know what
think we're
y'all.
completely wrong and you're yelling at us over your screen or speakers, however you're listening to us, let us know.
Yeah, please let us know what y'all think in the comments, or add us on social media or whatever. Just like, I don't know, we like discussing stuff, and we'd love to hear y'all's opinions on the album. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Noah and I talking for long periods of time about music that we like. um, we hope to catch you on the next episode, and we hope, whenever you're listening to this, we hope that you have a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. And yeah, that's it. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Catch you next time.
Catch you next time, guys. Bye.